Virgin River features a diverse and complex cast of characters, each with their own engaging story arcs but differing levels of likability. The show draws audiences in right from the start, from lovely Mel and handsome Jack to gloomy Mullins. The Netflix hit had its share of really hateful characters as well as townspeople who were magnetic and instantly lovable. So, in today's video, we'll be going over some of the Virgin River's most loved and hated characters. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Arguably, one of the most loved characters in Virgin River is Mel Monroe. In the show, Alexandra Breckenridge portrays Nurse Mel, who moves to Virgin River in search of a fresh start and gets so much more than she bargained for. She can be seen as a complex character. She is naturally caring and nurturing, which makes her a great nurse and friend, but she also has many tangled emotions to battle with because of the many tragedies she had to face. But she does both with a brave face and perennial kindness, which makes her so lovable. Her journey through her grief of losing a child and a husband makes her very relatable to people, and her willingness to heal her patients and others around her makes her a truly good human being. Along with that, unlike some other characters in the show, many admire and can relate to Mel. Grief is a terrible thing. There is no roadmap or a right or wrong way to grieve, and many like that Mel's grief hasn't been tucked away and put into the background. She struggles with it constantly, and all props to her for picking herself up every time. Her relationship with Jack has also been quite shaky for most of the 2 seasons, and rightly so. There are so many things to take on, and Mel does her best to stand her ground and get on with it the best she can. She is genuinely a good person, which would definitely make her someone that would make a good friend, which is why she most likely is the most loved character in Virgin River. Following Mel, another character many fans love is Jack Sheridan, who is played by New Zealander Martin Henderson. In Virgin River, Henderson takes on the role of a Marine turned bar owner who battles PTSD while trying to win Mel's heart. Things get complicated when he finds out his ex-girlfriend Charmaine is pregnant with his yet-to-be-born twins. From the moment fans saw Jack, many fell in love and made the statements that he was the reason they continued watching. However, the reason he likely isn't the most loved character on the show is because of the way he treated Charmaine. As much as the show made it so we aren't supposed to like Charmaine, her only mistake was expecting more from Jack. From her perspective, the way he handled things wasn't always the best and made it feel as though he just tossed her aside a bit. Although in every other respect, Jack is a great guy, and as the male lead of the show, he was everything Virgin River audiences wanted and more. His army background, along with his entrepreneurial spirit, which allowed him to thrive in life after the wars, made him a strong and dependable character. He was obviously head over heels with Mel, and his chivalry and care towards her made fans feel warm and tingly. Going back to Charmaine, who's played by Lauren Hammersley, while some may feel bad for her getting pushed aside, many argue that she's probably the most hated character on the show. Jack's on-again, off-again fling was easily one of the most irritating things on Virgin River. Initially, Charmaine seemed like a woman pining for unrequited love, but when that pining turned into open hostility towards Mel, she became extremely unlikable. Her presence in the show is a lot more than in the books, too. Through her pregnancy, she was catty, aggressive, and deliberately difficult, even though Doc and Mel were only trying to help her get through her complicated term. The snide comments and unnecessary outbursts made Charmaine one of the most hateful and hated characters on the show, and Hammersley, the actress who plays Charmaine in Virgin River, is well aware of just how much people hate her character. The character's jealous determination to drive a wedge between Mel and her ex-boyfriend Jack has earned her enemies not only amongst Virgin River residents, but in real life as well. Fortunately, Hammersley is up for the task. For the most part, the people who interact with me directly are very sweet, Hammersley stated. They'll say they hate Charmaine, but they still like me, and they think that I play her well. So that's good. Then there are some people who don't recognize that the character is not the actor, so there have been a few weird interactions that usually end in me saying, "Have a great day," because I don't know how to deal with that. As easy as it is to despise Jack's meddlesome baby mama, Hammersley hopes fans of the Netflix series can find it in their hearts to cut her character some slack. Like all effective antagonists, Charmaine isn't all that bad. There are 2 sides to the story, Hammersley tells TV Line in her character's defense. Charmaine really wanted Jack to be her person, but his heart really belongs to Mel. It's been a tough go for Charmaine, but I can see why people just want her out of the way because of the chemistry between Jack and Mel. Sure, her behavior can be off the wall at times, but let's admit it, she hasn't exactly had it easy. What Charmaine wants is pretty simple, Hammersley explains. She wants love, she wants a family, and she wants to be connected, not just to Jack, but also to Hope. She feels like she belongs at the salon, but she really wants to belong in Virgin River. She's got these shattered relationships, and I don't think a lot of them are her fault, so I feel compassion for Charmaine. And now she's pregnant pregnant, and the guy who did that to her is off with another woman, so that sucks. I just hope that Charmaine ends up happy, she says of her character's fate in the show's upcoming seasons. Another character fans have shown some hate towards is Doc Mullins, played by Tim Matheson. However, unlike Charmaine, this character started to grow on people throughout the show. In the first few episodes of the show, Doc seemed like an antagonist. He hated Mel, didn't trust her expertise, and stomped angrily around town. But then fans found out that he didn't like feeling like he was growing too old to care for his own service. It slowly started making sense. His unconditional help to people without discrimination and his devotion to hope after years of estrangement won fans over. And in a moment in season 2, we got to see the real Vernon. After that, he becomes like a father figure to Mel and provides a lot of moral support to her. She needs all the support she can get. Moving on, we have Hope McCrae, who seems like a loving character, but in reality, many fans have their suspicions. Although Hope, who is played by Annette O'Toole, claimed to be caring and loving of the town and its people, her actions seemed to demonstrate differently. Her friendships were transactional. She was always trying to one-up her pals, and her refusal to learn from her mistakes got on the audience's nerves. Many have stated how they think everything she does has an ulterior motive, leading fans to be not too sure how genuine she really is. While she does have her moments of kindness, for the most part, she is quite prickly. Speaking about another character who isn't very likable is Dan Brady. Throughout the show, he's seen with a lack of gratitude, arrogance, and no dignity of labor, which are just some of the traits that have made him so awful. He was a pathological liar who bit the hand that fed him. Jack gave him several chances to redeem himself after his life as a Marine, but Brady wanted the easy way out and got involved with a drug lord. Even the few vestiges of decency he showed at the end of the show by not killing Spencer did little to redeem his terrible actions from the rest of the show. On the flip side, a character fans liked was Mark Monroe, played by Daniel Gillies. Mel's late husband made appearances on the show in the form of flashback, and most of those he was an endearing man. It was clear that he loved Mel dearly and helped his wife pick up the pieces after they had lost their baby. His kindness as a doctor also shone through those scattered flashbacks, and so did his personality. And even though he was dead, the show didn't portray him as a one-dimensional character. He had hobbies such as sailing, as well as a highly logical mind. His sweet disposition is ultimately what made him an instant hit with fans. To end it off, another character many fans liked, or rather didn't mind, was Preacher Middleton. In the show, Colin Lawrence plays Preacher, Jack's most efficient employee and friend. Preacher was hardworking and honest. His genuineness towards people was extremely endearing, as was the fact that he was extremely dependable. He covered Jack's shifts at the bar like a pro, helped Paige without any hesitation, and was a most pleasant presence at the eatery. And although he spent probably a season and a half just in the background, he was arguably the most unselfish in all aspects of life, and fans actually liked that he shed that and considered a better job after being shortchanged by Jack on a promotion. With that said, that's going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching.